Yeah, I think there's a lot of familiarity in our room, and guys know what's expected of them, and we've kind of asked each guy to take it upon themselves to give another 5 to 10% this year, and find another level to their game, and we're 1 point away, or depending on how you look at it, from getting in last year, and ultimately that's the goal, is to get in, and then you go from there. So we're excited about our group. We think that we have the character and the guys in the room to do the job this year. So obviously not a lot of additions outside the room, so you got to find a way to be more competitive with the guys you got, and thankfully we got the guys that are willing to put in that work.
Mackenzie said yesterday that when he hears the outside expectations from people like us, it maybe angers him for a couple minutes, and then he uses it as fuel. Like, how do you approach that? Given it does seem like, again, people aren't sure what to make of you guys coming into this campaign. So.
It's everyone's entitled to their opinions, and we've heard it for at least 14 months now. It's kind of the same story over and over, and that's okay. We just go about our business and do what we know we can do, and our leadership core on this team believes in what we got, and at the end of the day, it's really about what we believe in the room, and expectations and projections and all that can change very quickly, and it's always it is fun to make people put their foot in their mouth a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's on us, and we don't really think too much about it.
So, Mike, when I look at this team, you guys finished with 96 points, tied for most in NHL history by a non-playoff team. There hasn't been a lot of change. You're healthier. You've got some guys who were acquired last season who have had some time to settle in. Is there any reason why this team can't compete again this year?
No, I don't think so. I think, if anything, we should be better. I think you got young guys that took their first step last year, and I think there's guys that are going to grow their game, that 5 to 10% we're talking about, and be more productive players for us. And and if you get that extra little push there, and maybe a tweak in a few systems, you can make up those 1 to 4 points you need to get in that we were missing last year. So we feel really good about it. We didn't really expect much of a change in the room, because we know that they've got their plan, and they believe in what we have. And like I said, I think we just got to play the game and let the chips fall, and then let people decide what they think after that.
You guys got off to a great start last season. How important is it to get off to a great start again this season? I know the schedule's tough with 3 and 4 and 9 out of 12 against playoff teams, but how important is it to get off to that good start?
Well, I think that's what's exciting, is we're going to find out right away what we got. There's no tiptoeing into the season. We've got a great test the first month and a half, and as a competitor, that's exactly what you're looking for, is to set yourself up against the best and see where you stack up. And we beat all the best teams last year, and we feel like we can hang against anybody. And I think as someone who's been around a long time, you'd rather have that grueling stretch right away, and see what your metal's made of.
Watching last year, there was a lot made of how the leadership group, those 6-7 guys, really pushed this team forward, and I don't want to say carried them, but pulled the team as well. Does it feel this year, when you look at guys like Coronado, at Zari, at Kevin Ball, that younger group is ready to really start pushing you guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's the group, I think, when you look at where the biggest changes in their game will come from, will probably be from that group. I think the longer you play in this league, the more you just understand how to manage your body and how to manage the schedule, and just little nuances of the game that can make a big difference over the course of a season. And all the guys you mentioned had great years for us last year, and from what I've seen, have put in a lot of hard work in the summer, and expect more from themselves this year. And I think really that's all you can ask for, is guys that aren't complacent and want to make more of an impact on our team. And when you look at guys that can do it, it's that group of guys, and we have high expectations for them. And but with that said, it's got to come from every tier of player on the team.